And we're underway here in Miskolc. Hungary is the scene for game day 2 action. Euroleague Women regular season as DVTK take on Zaragoza. First shot no good for Charles. Ball brought back instantly the other way by Atkinson, handed off to Jimeno. Both teams missing on their first possessions. Offensive foul called. Illegal screen is the decision from the officials. Let's have a look. Sideline ball for Zaragoza. Ortiz hands it back. 3 ball goes up. Back of the iron and away with that one. Long rebound falls kindly for the Spanish team. Ortiz looking to feed the post. They do so. Jimeno gets collapsed on by the double team though. Charles helps down to Aho. And clearly that is something that's been in the scouting report. They're not going to give space in the low post. They're going to double down. Going to step back on that one. Both teams playing good, strong, solid defense to start the game. Jovanovic now, nice backdoor cut, pass a little bit too far ahead of Rekaleli. As I said, both teams entering today's game with a win under their belts. DVTK picking up a 10-point win on the road to Asvel, while Zaragoza turned over Sepsi pretty easily in the end. A 28-point win on their home floor last week. Oh, lovely drop step. Foul's called on the floor though. Garbin called for the foul. This could be a really interesting battle between these two. Stella Diallo looking to go to work. Some old school back to the basket offense from her. Ortiz now out to the wing. Little jab step, but loses possession, Atkinson. Aho comes back the other way. Looking for options. Zaragoza trying to chase over every screen at the moment. Charles brings it back out. Currently scoreless here, almost 2 minutes gone. It's not going to last long though. Beautiful pass inside and a wonderful finish by Darcy Garbin. And that is why coaches ask for patience on the offensive end. Let the game come to you. That's exactly what DVTK did, and their fans appreciate it. Jimeno, no good again in the low post. Zaragoza every time looking to the post. Charles has it stolen away by Diallo. Ortiz will slow it down. A little Iverson cut across the paint from Fibic. Back to Atkinson. Hesitation and back out. Good ball movement. Diallo, little mid-range jumper. Creeps over the front of the iron and Zaragoza's scoring is underway. Aho uses the Garbin screen. Garbin wide open for 3. Little shallow though. And the rebound is wrestled away by Atkinson. She'll put a 3 up of her own. Both teams struggling to find their range at the moment. Lalik, just uses the screen, but the finish isn't there. Foul will be called. That one is on Leonie Fibic. That will send Lalik to the line for 2 shots. DVTK with the change as Garbin comes out of the game. Here's the replay. Lalik probably not happy that she didn't convert. She will get shots though. Didn't miss one in the opening week. Came away with 14 points, 9 rebounds and 3 assists against Asvel. That is a great way to start your season. It's the second to go. Ortiz slows it down. Piali. The screen, Ortiz just uses it well, but again doesn't get the drop. Neither team having the roll right now. Charles steps through the paint, hops away in. Nice offensive rebound by Tadic. Oh, that's a big screen, leaves Atkinson on the floor. And another offensive rebound for the Hungarian team. Three ball from the wing is good. String music for Nina Aho. An early 5-point lead here for DVTK. Atkinson. Ortiz, pick and roll with Diallo. Hands it off. No, she doesn't. She'll take the shot herself. Draws the foul. Third foul of the quarter on DVTK, and that's going to see Fibic head to the bench. Into the game. Tanyashi. Drums ringing out around the arena here in Miskolc. This is the second. Zaragoza just 3 points in the first 4.5 minutes. Almost looks like there was a travel there from Tadic, but can't get the score, and Atkinson picks up the rebound. Spin move, steps in and one. Tanea Atkinson. That's what she brings to this Zaragoza team. Speed, athleticism, but also some real smarts. Draws the body contact, stays in control, and earns herself a trip to the free throw line. Converts the three-point play. DVTK's lead is down to just a single point now. Jovanovic comes back out to Aho. Aho, little shake, creates loads of space for the three ball, and poor communication from Zaragoza. Leaves Aho wide open. Diallo. An air ball from her, and the Spanish team have looked shaky at best in the opening stages of this game. Aho just rips it over the top and looks to blast down the line. Home team will be happiest with the way this game has started. Tanyashi kicks it back out. Pass wasn't the best. Drive inside, right-hander from Charles. And that's off the hands of Tadic, so it will be a baseline ball for Zaragoza. Cagey start from the Spanish team. Really haven't found a rhythm, haven't found a way to impose their DNA, their style of basketball on the floor just yet. Atkinson backs away inside, just tries to bully away, but once again the finish isn't quite there for Spanish team Zaragoza. Nyashi skips it back out to Charles. Charles just leans in. The defense leans with her though. Aho, mid-range two is good. That was a tough shot by Nina Aho. Had just 7 points in that game last week. Has 8 points already. Diallo, another miss. And these are relatively easy opportunities for Zaragoza that they're not converting. Jovanovic is short. Foul is called. Both teams making changes. Aho comes out of the game. Back into the action comes Garbin. Jovanovic also heads to the bench. Kanyashi, elbow jumper, rattles it through, and that is a game-high 8-point lead now for the home team. Little hesitation. Almost looks like a travel as Lakazana ends up on the floor. Looks to draw the foul, and standing strong is Tenya. DVTK's 8-point lead is still there. Kanyashi. Tenya feeds the low post. Foul's going to be called early in that one, as Geldof tries to body up and provide a little bit of resistance. Geldof coming off the back of a hell of a summer, picking up the Eurobasket women's gold medal with Belgium. Their first ever gold in that tournament. What a tournament they had as well. I was fortunate enough to commentate on them in their group phase. Literally from the opening tip, they looked like champions in waiting. Tenya now moves the ball to Kanyashi. Quick ball movement, Garbin, little hesitation, drives inside. The finish not quite there though. Good defense in the end by Fajic. Not Fajic, by Gulbe. Zana will bring it up over the half, loses the handle, stolen away is it? It's on the floor. She'll travel though. Rolling over. Here's a travel. Just good quick hands there by Tenya. Two young players going toe to toe. Hungarian coming out on top this time. Kanyashi now comes back to Tadic. Little big and little game going on. Jovanovic, the vet, dumps it inside to Tadic. Won't get the score. That is some beautiful, intricate interior passing from DVTK. And if you want to watch a video of that, for an example of why big should always keep the ball up high, is a perfect example. Tadic did not bring it down, kept it way above her head, and drew the body contact, drew the arm contact, got herself to the line. This is the first though. It's 2 from 3 on opening night from the free throw line. As we see some young fans enjoying the action so far, rightfully so as well. Their team lead by 9 with 8 minutes gone in this first quarter. How does Zaragoza change this game? Kazana now with possession, hands it to the wing. Jimeno hands it back now. Patience there from Zaragoza. I'm not sure that's their best option though. No penetration, no impact, no trying to test the interior defense at all of DVTK there. Drive to the basket and straight into the game. Veronica Kanyashi has really exuded confidence. She's taken over the point guard responsibilities from Aho. Free ball goes up and is good. That is an important shot from Omar. Zaragoza have really struggled to get any offense firing in this game so far. Ball now inside to Jovanovic. Oh, what a pass, what a cut. That is a beautiful finish. The 1-2 punch. Jovanovic to Grigalaskita for the 2, and a double-digit lead here for DVTK. Timeout called, 48 seconds left in this first quarter, but Coach Cantero has seen enough. He wants to talk it over with his team. Here are some of the highlights from that first quarter of action, and what a first quarter it was. That's the closing play as Grigalaskita extends it to a double-digit lead for DVTK. 19-9 right now. Good ball movement though. Atkinson drives the baseline. Reverse layup is good. A little bit more floor spacing there from Zaragoza. Garbin steps out. Long rebound falls kindly to Kanyashi. Garbin again. Tries to feed it down into the low post. That's a foul on the floor as Grigalaskita continues to make herself a nuisance in the paint. No real choice for Omar but to foul. At the line for 2 shots. Home fans, rightfully so, have certainly enjoyed themselves in this opening quarter. And both free throws are good for the Lithuanian big. Plenty of experience being brought to the floor from Grigalaskita. Has played in Hungary, Poland, Turkey, Lithuania. A lot of big games under her belt. That is the end of the first quarter, and what a first quarter for the home team. Both ends of the floor having it any which way they want right now, and Coach Volgi will be more than happy with what his team have done in the first 10 minutes here. A real statement on how this game is going to play out. It's now down to Zaragoza and Coach Cantero to change the flow of this game, but that is the end of the first quarter. And what a first quarter it has been here in Miskolc. 10 minutes move the needle in their favour. Game day 2 here in the Euroleague Women regular season. We are in Miskolc, and after 10 minutes, the home team DVTK lead by 10, make that 13 on the back of the Kanyashi triple. 24-11 over Zaragoza. Both these teams winning their opening games. Diallo down low. Triple team drops on her. She gets tied up. Jump ball is called. Possession arrow in favour of Zaragoza. Ortiz will go to the baseline to inbound. Tries to find Fibic in the low post, but foul is called. Let's have a look at the replay. Yeah, Kanyashi just really outsized in that battle. They'll make a change as Lilik comes into the game. Kanyashi comes out. Baseline ball again here for Zaragoza, and they really do need to get their offense firing early here in this second quarter. Long jumper is good. Leonie Fibic hits the long jumper, the German stepping in when her team needs her. Aho now, back to the top to Charles. A little bit of P&R at the top. Charles with the three, no good. Fibic with the rebound, getting it done on both ends right now. Diallo, drop step, uses the pivot well, but the finish isn't there, and a huge amount of credit has to go to DVTK, in particular to Grigalaskita. Didn't buy any of the fakes, just stayed on her feet, stayed tall. That's the call from the officials. Looks like it came off the feet of Garbin, but officials say no. Foul called. Baseline ball now for the home team. Aho into the hands of Garbin, and the home team can be patient. They have 11-point lead. Aho puts the brakes on. Jumper no good. Where's the rebound battle? Eventually, Fibic rips it down. Diallo now, down into the low post. Good spin move, stays with the play. Jimeno, one of the enforcers, one of the strength and power players in this Zaragoza roster. Malik backs out, gets a switch, the pass isn't there. Fibic right now absolutely leading the way for the Spanish team to fight their way back in. Three ball up, no good. Diallo can't get the offensive rebound, bodies everywhere. Charles out in transition, hands it off to Lilik, no good. Will have to earn her points from the free throw line. Yeah, easy call for the officials as Ortiz ends up sideways inside the restricted area. Needs to make a stand a little bit higher. First is no good though for Lilik. 14 points, 9 rebounds and 3 assists against Asvel on game day 1. And this is the key for DVTK. Plenty of import superstars, the likes of Charles and Garbin and Jovanovic, but the make or break really for this Hungarian team will be the domestic players, the Hungarian players, which will step up and put in big seasons for them this year. Fibic for three. Oh, she is doing everything for Zaragoza right now. If it wasn't for her on the floor, you'd hate to think what the score would be on both ends of the floor. Big impact from her. Grigalaskita hands it off. Stolen away, is it? No. Charles will scoop up the loose ball. Feed inside is intercepted, and Fibic again scoops up the play and pushes it forward. Catch and shoot. Oh my goodness me! Leonie Fibic is on fire here. What a game she's having. Zaragoza back within 3. 3 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Timeout has been called by Coach Völgi, as his team's lead has now been trimmed considerably. It's DVTK's turn to react to a swing in the game on the shoulders of Leonie Fibic. Zaragoza are absolutely back at the races right now. A triple screen to get Aho open. Comes back out to Garbin. Lali throws a prayer up. Long rebound once again into the hands of Fibic. Ortiz into Fibic, kicks it out. Diallo for three. Wasn't the prettiest of shots. Zaragoza will go again though. Ortiz calls for the screen in the horn structure. Back now to Jimeno. Running left hand layup, no good. Foul will be called, I think, on Cristela Diallo. DVTK's lead down to just 3 points right now. It has been up to 11. It is now just 3. Charles uses the Jovanovic screen. A little bit of a weave handoff at the top. Aho. Oh, lucky roll. Will they get a score? They will. Anna Tadic stays with the play. Gets the score and the trip to the free throw line for the bonus. And that is why you do not give up on a play. There are rewards to be had if you stay with it. Tadic now at the line for the extra one. Each big makes them pay in full. Kazana to Jimeno. Fibic inside. Good defense by Charles as Almosa ends up on the floor. Charles hands it away. It will come out. Jovanovic for three. Draws the foul as Hermosa is coming back. Playing transition defense. Jovanovic now at the line for 3 free throws. Oh, that is an easy call for the officials. Absolutely clatters her on the arm. The first is good for Milica Jovanovic. What can you say about Jovanovic? Played all over Europe, part of Montenegro's 8th placed Eurobasket women's team this summer. Averaged over 8 points and 4 rebounds a game in that tournament. 34 years old and absolutely a huge contributor both for club and country. Makes all 3 free throws. DVTK's lead back out to 9. Coach Volgi will be more than happy with the reaction his team have had out of the timeout. Into the game. You see some changes for Zaragoza. Ortiz now. Back to Fibic. Fibic for 3. Short this time. Diallo, though, rips down a big offensive rebound. Corner, Ortiz wide open, off right though. Ortiz not in the flow of the game right now. And Yashi trying to use the Tadic screen, uses it twice. The pass is difficult, but it gets through. And Yashi attacks the basket off the glass. Rebound easy for Jimeno. Oh, the pass is almost thrown away. It is. Vega Jimeno managed to scoop up the loose ball that she was left, but couldn't fully control it. Almost 5.5 minutes gone in this second quarter, and the home team continue to stifle and hold Zaragoza down. Jovanovic back to Kenyashi. Jovanovic Little running right-hander, good defense offered up by Mariana Ortiz. Foul called, conversation with the official and Fivic. Shot is good. Once again, it's Fivic. Zaragoza, although they're not playing away right now, it's not fully where they want it to be. They still only trail by 7. Kanyashi puts the shot up. Not this time. Hungarian lead stays at 7. Atkinson will hand it away into the hands of Lakozana now. Fivic. Poor pass. Kanyashi read the passing lane well and is able to deflect it and steal it away. Jovanovic sets a bit of a reverse screen. Free ball, Jovanovic! String music from the top. Jovanovic in the slot and gets the score. A double-digit lead again. And Coach Quintero has seen enough, calls a timeout. His team trail by 10, a little over 3 minutes left in this first half. And every time Zaragoza look like they're getting a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a grip in this game, DVTK managed just to step forward and once again reassert themselves and steal momentum back. Jimeno off right, tapped out of bounds though by Charles, so Zaragoza will hold on to possession. Ortiz feeds inside to Atkinson. Great hands though by Pena. Steals it away. Great defensive play here in the first half from DVTK. They've been all over it, reading passing lanes, getting hands in. Kanyashi, shot clock at 2. Shot goes up and he's good. Crowd are really getting into this game right now. Point lead for the home team. What can Zaragoza do? Strong drive to the basket, Atkinson, and you do wonder, is it time for some of the bigger superstars in this Zaragoza team just to take the game on their shoulders for a couple of minutes? Charles steps through, tied up by Fivic. Will go again though. Can only put a brick up this time. Fivic with some good defense. Jimeno hands it off to Ortiz. Diallo hits a big 2. I think her feet were over the line. Just a 2. Brings Zaragoza back to within 8. Final 90 seconds of this first half. Kanyashi hands it to Charles on the wing. Double screen to get her open. Drives strong, draws the foul off Diallo. Kyla Charles will go to the free throw line. A little hesitation, enough to draw Diallo onto the front foot a little bit too much. Charles at the line, hits the first of her two. Misses the second though. Rebound pulled down by Geldof. A minute of basketball ahead of Zaragoza here. Catch and shoot, Ortiz in and out. Jovanovic to Aho. Aho, hesitation, wide open, Grigala Skita. Back out to Tenya. Aho, patience here by DVTK. Shot clock down to 7. Oh, lovely pick and roll. The defense split wide open with that beautiful pass from Jofia Tenya. Grigala Skita gets the score. That one, though, absolutely off the training floor. Travelling violation called on Omar. Things are going from bad to worse for Zaragoza right now. Offensively, really struggling to put anything on the floor. Another change for coach Volgi as Lalit comes into the game for what will be the last few seconds of this first half. Aho now to Lalit. Jovanovic sets the screen. Double screen for her. Baseline drive, defense is disrupted. Ortiz almost steals it away, but can only bat it out of bounds. 3.9 seconds left on the shot clock for DVTK to work with. 6 seconds left in this second quarter. Tenya. A little short on that one. Jovanovic. A little heavy for her, but that will be the end of the second quarter here. Half time, and you can hear what the scoreline is just from the noise here in the arena. The home team DVTK dominating this game pretty much from the opening tip. Zaragoza looking a little bit shell-shocked here as they will head to the locker room and have to work out exactly how they're going to fight their way back into this one. At the half, it's DVTK, whilst the home team putting on a bit of a show for the home crowd. That said, we are still in the balance. A big 20 minutes ahead of us here. Second half action underway. DVTK lead this one by 11 at the half over Zaragoza. What can the Spanish team do to change the direction of travel right now? Lalit gets the score. Straight away, home team once again running some beautiful structured team offense to start the second half. Golbe hands it off now into the hands of Diallo. Into the low post. Golbe out. Diallo foot inside the three-point line, drives inside, draws the foul. That'll be an and one opportunity for Cristela Diallo. Let's have a look. Geldof steps across too late. Bit of a hip check. Sorry, Tadic. Bit of a hip check as she pushes her into Charles. Diallo at the line for a chance to complete the three-point play. She doesn't. Long rebound into the hands of Tadic. Charles now looking to run some pick and roll at the top. Shot clock down to 5, and this has been a problem for DVTK at times. Maybe a little bit too long, but they are bailed out. Lalik just nails a huge three, a long way downtown. 14-point lead now for DVTK. Diallo. Fajovic. A hell of a first half. She'll need to do even more in this second half now. Ortiz. Nice little spin around move, just in time. And for Zaragoza, they just need to keep the scoreboard ticking over. You don't need to get back from 12 points down straight away. You just need to make sure that you're chipping away at it, and that particularly for Zaragoza, that they keep their offense rolling. At times they struggle to get offensive momentum in that first half. Charles now. Kicks it out. Aho steps out of bounds. There's your defensive stop that Zaragoza will have wanted early. Fajovic hands it off to Atkinson. Atkinson calls for the screen, doesn't use it. That's a lovely, smart play by Tanea Atkinson. Called for the screen, luring the defender into thinking she was going to go left. Turns the screen away and drives hard right. Foul will be called, offensive foul on Jovanovic. Saying she leaned her hip in as she handed the ball over. There's a little bit of a grey area, the handoff. Zaragoza do need to make hay though, with all of the mistakes that DVTK offer them. Baseline drive, Gulbe, strong move, will draw the foul off Jovanovic. Latvian will head to the free throw line, and one of the future superstars, Gulbe. He's 23 years of age, had 12 last week against Sepsi. Hasn't quite had the same impact this week, but that kind of aggressive, direct, offensive play certainly will help her team. First free throw is good for her. Just 57% from the free throw line last week though, Alexa Gulbe. Two from two this trip. Brings Zaragoza back within 8. 7.5 minutes left in this third quarter. A bright start to the second half by the Spanish team. Aho. Lovely little reverse pivot. Foul called on Ortiz. Aho will go to the free throw line as well. First foul of the half for Zaragoza. DVTK already 3 team fouls in this quarter, not even 3 minutes played. Yeah, it's the right call by the officials. Ortiz is not straight up, she's leaning over the top. The first is good. As is the second. Didn't get any trips to the free throw line last week. Nina Aho scored her 7 in open play. Fajovic, strong drive inside, kicks it out to Atkinson. Atkinson, quick footwork, returns to the bucket, draws the foul. Explosive first step from Tanea Atkinson. Earns herself a trip to the free throw line, and DVTK now in the penalty. Presents a real opportunity for Zaragoza to push their way back into this game. into the action. Turns Grigalaskita. Sorry, Garbin returns. Malik being harassed by Fibic. The two number 13s going toe-to-toe. Aho hands it away to Charles. Zaragoza's defense seems to have gone up a couple of gears in the opening stages of this third quarter. Charles, long two, too long. Rebound pulled down by Ortiz. Golbe, free throw line jumper, that's heavy. Rebound falls kindly and easily to Kyla Charles. Aho, quick first step, kicks it out. Good recovery defense by Zaragoza. Charles inside though, uses the screen from Tadic beautifully. Makes a path to the basket, and DVTK back out to a double-digit lead now. Atkinson goes strong, but that is great defense by DVTK. Just not backing down. You see the change. Grigalaskita now does come into the action, as does Kanyashi. Charles will head to the bench alongside Tadic. Coach Volgi rotating his team, making sure he's got fresh legs. You do feel that this game is going to go all the way deep into the fourth quarter. I'm not sure DVTK have it quite yet to put Zaragoza to bed in this one. Diallo sets the screen for Atkinson. They have to come back out though. Fibic for three. That's a big shot. Find the hot hand. Find Leone Fibic. Frustration from Coach Volgi and his coaching team. They know that Fibic is the one player in this game that has shown that they can score in a hurry. Aho for three. Oh, it's cancelled out in a blink of an eye by Nina Aho. DVTK's lead back to 11. Offensive foul is called, I think, on Diallo. An illegal screen. Coach Volgi, not a man to show his emotions, but inside he'll be content with what he's seen from his team so far. Really executed both ends of the floor pretty well so far. Still over 14 minutes to play though. Aho almost throws it away. Backcourt violation going to be called. And that's just a misread really by Aho. Needed to let it go into the backcourt before she re-established. Instead she picked it up there and then stepped over. That's the right call by the official, and that is a lightning call as well in real time. Foul called on Erlich. Will send Fibic to the line for two shots. DVTK are in the penalty very early in this quarter. Opportunity for Zaragoza to trim the Hungarian team's lead without the clock moving. Something that I'm sure Coach Cantero will be more than happy with. No good with the second. Long rebound, eventually pulled down by Garbin. Malik uses the Garbin screen. Garbin long two is good, and that is money in the bank for Darcy Garbin. One of many bigs that can stretch the floor now. Foul's going to be called though on Garbin. That will send Jimeno to the line for 2 shots. See the frustration, but mainly at herself, Garbin, as Kyla Charles comes back in and Rekelalik goes to the bench. Sorry. Jimeno is good with the first. Second season at Zaragoza for Vega Jimeno. Walks away with both free throws in her back pocket. Reduces the Hungarian team lead to just 10 points now. Zaragoza continue to just hang around, not enable their opponents to open out a big enough or comfortable lead as of yet. Charles uses the screen, back out to Garbin, fakes the three, strong drive to the basket. Great defense by Fibic. Doesn't buy any of the fakes. Just stays on her feet, stays tall, stays strong. Baseline ball for DVTK. All in the footwork. And there's the easy block. Aho throws up a prayer as the shot clock was expiring. That'll be a turnover. Low scoring third quarter. As Fibic heads to the bench for a very well-earned break, to say the least. Omar to the corner, air ball goes up from Atkinson. DVTK's defense holds strong there, good rotation, good help. Oh, that is a tough pass, but good defense by Jimeno. Back into the low post, foul's going to be called on Vega Jimeno. There's the pass. And there's the foul. Just the 13th foul of the quarter for Zaragoza. Charles now at the top. Doesn't use the screen. Atkinson rolls well. Fights over the screen this time. Out to Tenya. Oh, and it's a three. A 13-point lead now for DVTK. They've outscored Zaragoza by 2 in this quarter so far. And the Spanish team now on the ropes. Will they show some steel and battle their way back in again? Geldof. Free throw line jumper is good. Cool, calm, and collected from the 26-year-old. Offensive foul called. I think it's on Gregeluskita. Illegal screen. Zaragoza now with possession. Lacazana to Atkinson. Foul's going to be called on Tenya. At the free throw line, 4 shots. Debut season at Zaragoza. Anoa Lacazana. It's the first of her 2. 2 minutes and 5 seconds left in this third quarter. Zofia Tenya over the half, hands it away to Kanyashi. Uses the screen twice. Lovely quick drive, aggressive from Tenya for the score. The fans like that one. DVTK know if they can keep a double-digit lead, that really gives them the edge going into the final quarter. Almost stolen away. Geldorf holds on to it though. Offensive foul's going to be called. Illegal screen from Serena Lynn Geldorf. And the Belgian just moving when she sets the screen. Point lead, under 90 seconds left in the quarter. Kyla Charles. That will remain DVTK ball as it's batted away by Geldorf. Garvin can't hold on to it. Which way will that go? I think it will remain with the team in white. Just 7 seconds left on their shot clock though, as Zaragoza clearly trying to raise the tempo defensively. Screen set, jumper by Charles off the glass. The bank is open here in Miskolc. 13-point lead again. Final minute of the third quarter. Omar feeds it inside to Geldorf. Foul will be called on Tadic. Geldorf will be back to the free throw line. Tadic just a split second late to recover defensively. Misses the first. After the iron spits that one away. Geldorf back for a second season in the red of Zaragoza. Hits the second free throw. DVTK's lead down to 12 as Coach Quintero looks on ponderously, wondering how he needs to change things up in the final quarter to try and push for the win. And Yashi kicks it out. Garvin, long two. Little flat, in and out. Ball's on the floor, though. That one's tied up. That will fall to the possession arrow in favour of DVTK. As Omar ties up Kanyashi. 22 seconds left in this third quarter. Plenty of changes for both teams. Kanyashi will come out of the game. Aho comes back in. It's going to be a Zaragoza ball on the baseline. They'll look to take the final shot of this third quarter. They trail by 12. Jimeno has it knocked out of her hands. 6 seconds left for Zaragoza to work with. Final 3 seconds thrown away. Geldorf picks it up though into the hands of Atkinson. Long way downtown, no good. And DVTK step 10 minutes closer to back-to-back wins here in this season's EuroLeague Women regular season. Zaragoza, a lot to do in the final 10 minutes. But what a close game this is going to be. This one looks like it's going to go all the way to the wire with 10 minutes left in this one. It's DVTK 50. Fourth quarter action underway here in Miskolc, Hungary. Day 2 of the EuroLeague Women regular season. DVTK against Zaragoza, the home team. DVTK lead this one by 12 with just 10 minutes left on the game clock. Straight to the floor goes Tadic, tied up by Fibic. That will go to the possession arrow, which points in favor of Zaragoza. Tadic just losing her footing in the low post. Fibic the first to pounce on her and tie possession up as coach Volgi looks on. A little bit of full court pressure here from DVTK, nothing major. Just to slow the game down a little. And the time on the side of DVTK. It's Zaragoza that have to put some pace into it. Jimeno will draw the foul. Looks like she's come down though and flipped her ankle. She's going to go old school and just tighten the boot. Yeah, not necessarily the medical advice you would receive. To be fair, Tadic didn't go under her. She did nudge her though and made her land maybe slightly awkwardly. Three free throws now for Jimeno. It's the first of her three. Certainly one of the players that's brought the experience to the floor for Zaragoza tonight. 32 years of age. Comes with a hustle and a heart to the game. Brings a tenacity that Zaragoza certainly have needed today. Makes 2 of her 3. Brings it back down to a 10-point ball game now. Pena off the foot of Ortiz. Won't be a reset because the clock is at 17. Charles now uses the screen, elbow jumper is good. That is as easy as it comes for Kyla Charles. That's a walk in the park. Diallo now to Omar. A little bit more urgency needed here from Zaragoza. Diallo against Tadic. Going to try and bully away to the basket. Will go to that little right hand hook. Old school is the best school for Diallo. And while Zaragoza stay in touching distance, there will be a little bit of nervous tension here in the DVTK arena. Garbin, corner 3, in and out. Where's the rebound? Rescued beautifully by Omar. Inside to Diallo. Short corner 2 is too short. Tadic with the rebound. 8 minutes left. Can DVTK hold on, or do Zaragoza have what it takes to battle their way back into this game? Horn set up at the top. Going back out to Garbin, but stolen away. Out at the races, 2-on-1. Omar will draw the foul. Home fans calling for an offensive foul. Elena Omar will go to the line. You can hear the whistling from the crowd. Palms to the sky. Let's have a look at the replay. It's a good steal initially. She's got the 2-on-1 break. Only one thing in her mind though. You can see what they're asking for. She does lift that left arm up and extend it into the chest of Aho. Certainly a lot of noise while she's at the line, and the crowd have enjoyed her missing that one. Pressure on the shoulders of Helena Omar. Gets the second to go though, and Zaragoza within single digits right now. Still plenty of time on the game clock for the Spanish team to come away with a win here. Kanyashi reverses it back out. Jovanovic, lovely pass inside. Tadic though, the defense is great from Fibic yet again. And Tadic can't get the score. Look at the recovery defense coming across, enough to put Tadic off. It should be easy points for the big, but couldn't quite convert. Still DVTK ball though. Oh, but it's spilled out of bounds by Kanyashi, and fatigue and pressure building a little bit on the home team. Shot goes up, off left. Easy rebound by Kyla Charles, uncontested. Zaragoza really do need to crash the offensive glass hard here in the final 7 minutes of this game. Kanyashi steps inside, free throw line, jumper is good. That settles a few nerves here in the arena. Running left-hander, Fibic though, muscled out by Charles. Oh, transition. Aho will slow it down. Made the decision early that she wasn't going to go. Well, instead she throws it away. Not sure that's the smartest of plays. Picked up by Jimeno. Still over 6 minutes. Jimeno for three. Off target, Fibic with the rebound. Kicks it back, Diallo off the glass. Rebound to Charles this time. Frenetic basketball here as Charles picks up her 12th rebound of the game. Aho, Jovanovic, patience now by the home team. Stolen away, Jimeno leading the charge. Will have to come back out though. Ortiz slows it down. Catch and shoot in the corner, it's an air ball. Charles scoops up the loose ball. Foul's going to be called on Ortiz. Charles will head to the bench. Back into the action comes Lily. Yashi inbounds it to Lali. Uses the screen a couple of times, but is swarmed by the Zaragoza defense. Atkinson now. I do think that Zaragoza really do need a little bit of transition basketball if they're to fight their way back from 11 down with a little over 5 to play. Double horn screen set up. Bit of screen to screener. Three ball from Jimeno. Long rebound falls into the hands of Kanyashi. Now we're seeing a bit of clock management early here from DVTK. Lali kicks it out. Kanyashi, oh, lovely step through, draws the foul from Homar. Kanyashi, 11 points, 5 from 7 from the field. Trip to the free throw line heading her way. Jovanovic just calls the huddle together, using her years of experience to bring some composure to her teammates. Kanyashi now at the line. 24-year-old was part of the Hungarian national team this summer in Eurobasket women. Slowly but surely developing herself into a real superstar of Hungarian basketball. Misses the second. But DVTK's lead is at 12 and time is now Zaragoza's enemy. Only 4.5 minutes to play. They need to make a move and make it soon if they're going to come away with the road win. Diallo backing away down. Good defense though from Grigala Skater. DVTK's defense holds firm. Tanyashi too heavy. Rebound by Atkinson. Broken play here favors the Spanish team. Atkinson will get the roll. Doubled up though, doesn't look comfortable. That's been thrown away. And this broken play, a little bit of chaos on the floor right now, certainly favors Zaragoza. There's the pass from Aho. And just way too far ahead of Rekalali. Timeout has been called by coach Völgi. His team lead by 10 with under 4 minutes to play. A win today for DVTK would be a big step forward. They're on their travels again next Wednesday, where they'll head to Italy to face a really tough game against Schio. Zaragoza, it does not get easier as they head back to their home floor, where they'll be facing Fenerbahce. Ortiz drives inside. Defense just presents a big white and red brick wall in front of Ortiz. Shot clock down to 3. It's off the fingertips of Helena Omar. So it will be DVTK ball. See the passion there from coach Völgi. A wry smile on his face as well, as he knows that every possession that passes, his team take a step forward to what would be a phenomenal start to their EuroLeague women campaign. Grigala now hands it away to Charles. Patience, as you would expect from the Hungarian team. Lily, fade away, but it's going to be a travelling violation. She just stutters her feet and drags that pivot foot. Couldn't quite stop cleanly on that play. In theory, the play was good, but just not quite the execution. And passed inside. Atkinson with the score, and the hopes of Zaragoza stay alive. They're only down by 8, still just about 3 minutes to play. Atkinson doing a job. 15 points and 4 rebounds for her this evening. Tops her 14 that she had against Sepsi in week 1. Ortiz. Can Zaragoza continue to trim this down? Third foul of the quarter for DVTK. 2 minutes and 34 seconds left in the game. Easy call for the officials, as Gulbe just trying to reach it over and get a pass away is fouled. Diallo now feeds Atkinson in the low post. Oh, and Atkinson just fades away. Such control in the fadeaway. Zaragoza within 6. You can almost feel the nerves in the arena. Lali drives inside, hands it off, and the foul will be called, I think, on Ortiz. It'll only be a sideline ball for DVTK. Zaragoza still a couple of fouls short of the penalty. As Grigolusquita is fouled. Aho into the game. Lali comes out. Ivanovic will play her part as well, the veteran on the floor for DVTK. Tiz throws the long outlet pass to Gulbe. Gulbe can't make it count though, as Jovanovic stretches out those legs and gets back on the transition D. And Yashi back to Jovanovic. Final 1 minute and 45 to play. 100 seconds now left in this game. Oh, the pass inside is crowded and stolen away. Fivic for 3. Oh, it's a huge shot yet again. Leonie Fivic steps up when her team need her the most. DVTK's lead is down to just 3 points. Coach Volgi calls the timeout. His team starting to rock a little. Needs to settle some nerves. 1 minute 30 seconds left. Just 90 seconds of basketball left here, and remember, it looked almost certain that DVTK were going to stroll their way to the win, but Zaragoza have come alive in the last 2 minutes. And whether it's fatigue, nerves, pressure, DVTK have started to fade as the game has hit the business end. That is what has enabled Zaragoza to reimpose themselves on the game. A 3-point lead for the home team, 90 seconds remaining. Zaragoza into some full court pressure. Aho now brings it up over the half. Drive to the basket, Kenyashi. Oh, that's a big score by the 24-year-old. That's some composure. Out to a 2-possession ball game. No panic yet for Zaragoza, though. They know they've got time for this. They do need a score, though. Gulbe at the top. Shot clock down to 10. Ortiz turns away from Atkinson. Lob pass to Diallo. Out to Atkinson. The 3-ball on the wing is too heavy. Fivic offensive rebound. Stolen away. What's the call? It's going to be a play on, seen as a collision between Atkinson and Aho. Coach Volgi not happy. He's saying it's a foul. The officials disagree. Crosses his arms in disgust. Let's have a look at the replay. I'm not going to lie, there's moments like that I'm glad I'm not a referee. Whichever way you call that one, you're going to have disgruntled coaches in your ear. 42 seconds to play. Coach Volgi and DVTK lead this one by 5. Sideline ball for Zaragoza. 14 seconds on their shot clock. Fivic turns the corner. Drives strong to the basket. Great defense by Grigolusquita. Charles now will slow it down, surely. About an 8-second differential. They're not going to foul. They're going to try and get it back. It's a 2-possession ball game, though. Aho. Rigluskita. Foul will be called, and if they were going to foul, they should have done it earlier. Zaragoza not in the penalty, but now they will have to foul. There's the foul from Diallo. Absolutely one hand on the win for DVTK right now. Charles spills it up though. A quick score is exactly what Zaragoza needed. Atkinson will get the score. 3 seconds remaining. It's got to be an immediate foul. They're not going to get there in time, and DVTK will come away with a huge win on their home floor in front of their home fans. They hold their nerve to close this one out. DVTK move to 2-0. Zaragoza move to a 500 record. 1 win, 1 loss for the Spanish team. Look at the relief from coach Volgi. That is a big win for this Hungarian team. Seen as a bit of an outsider heading into the season. But they, after 2 games, move to 2-0. What a game we've had, though. I promised you at the beginning, 40 minutes of back and forth action. DVTK in control for the vast majority of those 40 minutes. And they just hold on. Final result here in